In this video, I'm going to show you how I achieved this makeup look using the Natasha Denona Glam Palette as a nearly 70-year-old. So let me show you the palette if you're new to Natasha Denona or you're new to this particular palette. So it has 15 pans of cool neutral colours which can be rearranged in the pan to suit your particular skin tone. And what I think is interesting is it helpfully names the shades to aid application. And on the site, it gives you an example of how to rearrange the pan for your different colours. Now, I went down a bit of a rabbit hole to try and do this. And when I was practicing yesterday, and in the end, I left the pans as they are because I think I've got an idea of the sort of look that I want to achieve. So here are the swatched colours. And it has to be said, as I do this swatching, some of them do look a bit alike. And also, interestingly, some of them have the same name. So you've got a few outer lids, a few inner lids, a few inner corners even. And you've also got 9 shimmer shades. But I must say, as I get older, I am gravitating more to shimmer shades instead of away from them, because for some reason or other, there seemed to be this thing that women of a certain age, especially pushing 70, couldn't wear shimmer eyeshadows because it accentuated their lines. But actually, I disagree with that. On the contrary, I think it actually helps to disguise them. So let's crack on with me trying out the Natasha Denona Glam Palette. Now, having watched a video on Natasha Denona's channel on how to use the palette, and like I mentioned earlier, I went down a bit of a rabbit hole trying to convert the palette from the way it's displayed when you buy it to how it might suit a medium skin tone, because my skin tone is medium. But in the end, I just gave up because it seemed to be so complicated. I just couldn't get to grips with it. But basically, what we're trying to achieve is a smoky eye where we've got a darkish colour above the crease, we've got an even darker colour at the edge of the eyelids, and then we smoke it out with this same dark colour that was above the crease, under the eye, sort of halfway, and then a lighter colour here and in the inner corner. That's basically the look we're trying to achieve, and also a lighter colour on the lids. That's the look we're trying to go for. So let's give it a go. And I'm going to be using a mixture of my newly purchased BK Beauty brushes. And by the way, can I just say how amazing the BK Beauty foundation brush is, because actually that didn't come in the little pack that I bought. I think the pack I bought was the precision brushes, which had some complexion and some eye brushes. But honestly, this brush, which is the foundation brush, I cannot tell you, it's a miracle brush actually. It is a miracle brush, and I think I'm going to have to do a video about this and maybe some of the other brushes as well, because if you've never bought a BK Beauty brush, this is the one to go for. Forget the others for now. This is the one you want. Anyway, let me crack on with the eyeshadows. So the first colour we're going to go with is the transition shade, and we're not going to be using the transition shade that's called transition shade in the palette because that's a bit too light for me. So we're going to actually use the shade that's called Blend, which is this one here, which is much more my sort of transition shade. And I'm actually going to use this Sephora brush because it's a bit more pointy than any of the BK Beauty brushes I've got, so it's a little bit more precise. So I'm going to dip the brush into this, what's called Blend shade, tap it off. Now there is quite a lot of fallout I've noticed with this palette, but I don't mind that, that's absolutely fine. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to put it above the crease. We'll go into the crease as well, but really we want it above the crease. So we're just gently patting it on, but we want to make sure that it's visible when I keep my eyes open. And do the same on the other side. So that's what we've got above the crease. So the next thing we're going to do is apply an outer lid colour, and I think we'll try this one here. This looks like my sort of colour, and I'm going to use the same brush just because I need to be precise, and then afterwards we'll do some blending. So I'm just going to pull the corner of my lid up like this so I can see what I'm doing, and carefully pat this on. So this is to darken and give some definition to the corner of the eye. That maybe isn't quite dark enough actually, is it? Let's choose a slightly darker colour. Maybe we'll go with this one. Was that the one I used before? To be honest, they do look a little bit similar, some of these. Let's try this shade. This might be a bit better. Yeah. Okay, and then we'll do the same on the other side. I haven't lifted my eyelid up because I'm hoping this brush is going to do it for me, because I need to hold my mirror, otherwise I can't see what I'm doing. We're going to be doing some blending in a minute anyway, so if we need to pack a little bit more on, that's fine. See, I've got a bit of fallout there now. Just get rid of that. Okay, there we are. We've just about got it even, I think, the colours there. So the next thing we're going to do is choose one of the inner corner colours, and I think we'll go with this one, which is a bit goldy, but it's got some... It's quite goldy, but I think it's not too warm. It's got a little bit of coolness to it. What we're going to do is first we're going to put it on the inner corner, like so. And what I will do is I will list all the colours that I've used for this tutorial in the description box below. And don't worry if it's looking messy, we're going to tidy it up afterwards. And then the next thing we're going to do is take the same colour, but on my finger, like so, and we're going to put it on the inner part of the lid, so here. Okay, there we are. I know it's looking messy, but don't panic. So now the next thing we're going to do is use the same colour that we used in the crease and above the crease to come halfway under the lower lash. And I think for that we'll use the BK Beauty 207 brush, this one here, because it's nice and small and fairly densely packed. It's not too soft, so it should work well for under the eye. And we're going to use, what colour are we going to use for that? And we're going to use the, did we use crease? I can't remember what we used now. Well, I think whatever we used, and I think it was crease actually. No, it can't have been crease. I think it was blend, wasn't it? Yes, it was blend. So what we're going to do is take the shade Blend, which I think is the one that I used just above the crease, and we're going to put that halfway along the bottom lash line. So let's do that, like so, because that's kind of going to bring it together. Yeah, that's it. There we are. Now you're probably thinking, Des, this looks like a hot mess, and maybe it does at the moment, but it will all come together, she says, hopefully. Right, we're next going to take crease and just diffuse the colour a little bit under the lower lash. And I think while we're at it, we'll do some blending up above as well. Right, the next thing we're going to do is the lash line, and we're going to use the very helpfully named lash line right here. Pull my eye out here because otherwise I can't do it. Right, I'm going to go off camera, do my brows and my mascara, and I'll come back and then we'll finish off the look and see what we think. So here's the finished look. What do we think? I really, really like it. I think I've managed to keep the different colours on my eyes distinct without looking too distinct, if you know what I mean, and also without making it look too much of a mess. And I've kept the eyebrows quite light, and I've also kept the lipstick quite light. Let me know if you think this lipstick's a little bit too light. I don't know, I just didn't want it to be too heavy because the eyes are really the focus of this look. Now the question is, will I reach for this palette on a regular basis? And I think I will, because I'm kind of a neutral girl and a lot of my clothes are neutral colours. I tend to wear a lot of black, and in the summer I wear white. And so I think these colours will complement my skin tone really well. But I think they would also suit anyone who's looking for a neutral palette without any colours that really stand out and make you think, oh, I don't know whether I could wear that, let's say blues and greens. So there you have it. That is my review and my first impressions of the Natasha Denona Glam Palette. Now let me know in the comments, what do you think? Would you like to try this look? Have you got the Glam Palette, and what sort of looks do you go with? And I really hope this video has been helpful to you, and if it has, I'd be so grateful if you'd give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, because all these things help my tiny channel get noticed. Oh, and talking of subscriptions, I have a monthly newsletter. and the link to subscribe is in the description box below. And in that, I don't just talk about beauty, fashion and lifestyle, but music, podcasts, film, theatre, books, and all the other bits and bobs that make us happy. And if you'd like to watch a few more videos in the same vein as this one, I'm going to pop up a couple of videos right here that you can watch. And thanks again so much for watching. It means the absolute world to me. It really does. And I hope you're all doing really well. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye.